So we're back with some mini princess cupcake fairies. It's a lot to say. We heard your request for some things that are more simple. This is a level 1. If you want to be party planner of the year, mom of the year, these are the cakes to do. They're simple, they're quick, but they're gorgeous. Enjoy. For this video, we're going to use a number 104 small rose tip, a quick icer tip, which doesn't really have a number. This one happens to be copy cake. It's called a quick icer. And a coupler and 2 bags. Pretty simple. I'm just going to show you the technique I'm going to use for decorating these. I'm not going to mix my colors in a dish and then put them in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stripe this bag and then mix it in the bag. For the next cake, we're going to do 3. I'm just going to add yellow to this. So we get a pink, a peach, and a yellow striping all together. So to start, I'm going to start with the pink. You just take your food coloring. This happens to be Wilton gel up one side. Add your frosting and just give it a little mix. We're going to get a lot of colors in there, a lot of shades of pink actually. Gives us a lot of variation without a lot of work. I'm using for the first doll, this is an egg form. So if anybody has these laying around there for Easter, it makes half of an egg, makes a great little dress for a Barbie. These are the Barbies that I'm using. It came in this package. She is about 3.5 to 4 inches tall. She's plastic. You do not need to wrap her in plastic. You can wash her, put her in soap, dip her in bleach, put her in the dishwasher, whatever you wish. She's clean. So we're going to use her in here. You can see that I've hollowed out just a little hole for her to go into. And for this I have filled, I put a little ganache, a little icing, and cut it in 3 so we get the height, but it's also going to be a great tasting little treat. So let's start decorating. This is the most simple of the 3 dolls. You can see I'm using the quick icer, and we're going to start about halfway down, maybe a little more than halfway down. We want to angle the edge out in here and out there to give us our ruffle and to give us our spread on the bottom of the skirt. With the ruffle, you want to squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So those of you who watched our video on the borders, it's just like that. You want to squeeze, let it build, release. And you can give it a little back and forth action with the wrist. Okay, and you've got the bottom of the skirt, and we're going to go around one more time. It's best to start at the back or the side because you can see you get a little variation there. Make sure your tip just barely touches her at the waist. You don't want it to be very thick there. Make sure your ruffle's falling down over the other ruffle. See how my variegation is given a nice accent at her waist. And that's it. When you get going, that takes you about 30 seconds. So I'm going to switch gears here just a little bit with color. I'm going to use just plain white on the base. We're going to use that back and forth motion. Remember to squeeze and release. We're going to switch gears just a little bit. I've gone ahead and put the bottom skirt on just like we did before. And this time I'm going to use the 104. We've striped it with blue. Make sure to hold it at the 45-degree angle and wind up. And you want your stripe to be at the bottom. With this, we're going to just do a diagonal ruffle. It's the same motion, squeeze and release with the wrist action. We're going to start about her hip at the bottom and come all the way up the front. Just taper off as you come up to her waist. Turn. And keep going all the way around. You could see that you could do this with all kinds of different colors. You could make her skirt multicolored. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And there we go. Okay, this time we're going to combine our techniques for just a little bit different. We're also going to combine and make her blue and pink. Give her a pink bottom ruffle. I'm going to use my white bag and come down the top. And this time I don't want so much of a ruffle. Just give her a little bit of a skirt. So use your zigzag, but don't do the squeeze and release method. Just a nice even pressure. Then we'll come back around with our blue and we'll add a ruffle on the edge of this. Now this one, use your squeeze and release, back and forth. We'll give her little garlands. Could be a straight ruffle too if you like that better. Now you can add bows, you can add ribbons, you could even add flowers. But if you're going to be doing 8 or 10 of these for a little girl's birthday, simpler might be better. And on her, we'll give her just a little bit of a ruffle around the waist too. Like a little peplum or a petal. You could add leaves and make them woodland fairies. Speaking of fairies, we'll add our next embellishment just to make it a little fancier. I'm going to add one more embellishment to make her in from a princess into a fairy princess. So I've made some royal icing wings. You can see it's attached to this wax paper. You can also do this out of white chocolate, which is very quick, but not so good if the weather's warm. So we have a video on how to do this, royal icing butterflies. Just peel it off here and we'll attach it to her back. I'm going to take some royal icing and put it up her back. We want to use royal so it'll dry on. These are very delicate. You have to handle them with care. And I would suggest making probably twice as many as you actually intend to use because they can break. You want to let that sit for just a minute or so. Let it set up. And attach your wings to the back. Hold them there just for a few seconds. Your dress will also help support it. And there's your princess, now turned into a fairy. Thanks for watching this week's video. We've included the recipe for decorating buttercream and royal icing in the description since a lot of you asked for it. Thanks again. See you soon.